Previously on Matt EV.
This is an IM LS6. It's an 800 horsepower super SUV. With only 40 to 50 grand, you can have this. I'm not allowed to drive this beast today, so when I get the chance to drive it, I'll let you know. And now, it's finally the time. Let's be clear, when you have 787 horsepower under your right foot, it's absolutely pointless to question acceleration. What's truly important is whether the steering, braking, and the chassis can really handle this kind of power, and will the immense power harm the usability and comfort on the public road? And that's what we're gonna find out in this video. I'm Harris, you're watching Matt EV. Yes, the electrification is indeed making high horsepower much more affordable, but it won't be easy for a car under $40,000 to have a good enough chassis that can handle 787 horsepower. Yet, this IM LS6 might be able to pull it off. It has front double wishbone plus rear filing aluminum suspensions, 4-piston Continental calipers, Brembo discs, and 2 35mm front tires and 2 65mm rear tires. Judging by the hardware, the LS6 seems off to a good start. Even though it hasn't been bragging about tuning like its big brother LS7, which was tuned by Williams Formula 1 team, the actual performance is quite satisfactory. When facing high G-forces, the suspension provides good support. When encountering continuous bumps, the wheels maintain good contact with the road surface, and in swift maneuvers, the steering response is also quite accurate. While this car may not have the go-kart-like steering response of a Tesla, in this gymkhana, the LS6 is clearly more elegant than the Model Y. The only thing that bothers me is this yacht steering wheel. Without steer-by-wire and variable steering ratios, every time I turn beyond the 180 degree drives me crazy. To put it nicely, it's a way to correct your steering habits, but to put it bluntly, it could pose a significant safety risk. Of course, this has nothing to do with chassis and tuning, and like Tesla, the production version also provides a traditional steering wheel as option. So you can tell that the handling can match its mind-blowing performance, and I think it's safe to say it's neck and neck to the Model Y performance, even in some parts more refined. However, what about on the road? You see, the Model Y performance is infamous for its uncomfortable ride, so will this car be the same? And then I'm gonna quote Jeremy Clarkson, "There's only one way to find out." Normally, driving a powerful beast for daily use can be a headache. Either the throttle is too vivid or the chassis is too stiff. Both can greatly impact the comfort. The LS6, however, went for a very balanced tuning, which maximizes the usability for everyday driving. The power response is quick, but the overall output is linear, and the pedal has enough support, eliminating that twitchy response at the slightest touch in some other cars. The chassis support is good, but as mentioned earlier, the shock absorption is very nice. Even though our test car has super high tire pressure, God knows why they did that, the overall comfort of the car on city roads still remains enjoyable. Coupled with more comfortable seats and better NVH performance, the LS6 is obviously more suitable for daily driving than Model Y performance. As for the energy consumption, this is the last thing you have to worry about. Apart from more power and faster charging, the 800-watt architecture can also give you much lower consumption. With a more efficient silicon carbide motor, smoother ceramic bearings, and a relatively small gear ratio, the LS6 can achieve a theoretical range of 700 km with a 100 kWh battery while providing such a brutal power. But of course, mainly discussing the driving dynamic of smart EV is just too old-fashioned. Talking about ADAS is the future. According to the official statement, despite having only one Orin X chip with 254 TOPS computing power, it's already capable of achieving City NOA without HD map, as well as a range of refined driving assistance features. Well, is it really the case? Unfortunately, we can't answer this question today because IM hasn't completed this system. However, what we can see are these assisted parking features. In addition to regular auto parking and blind spot elimination features showed in our previous video, IM also provides solutions for navigating through busy narrow roads, like leaving tight parking spots, staying close to walls or curbs, and backtracking in tight streets with a dead end. Thinking about my experience in Toledo, Spain, I believe these features will be very useful in those narrow streets of Asian European cities. As for the city NOA IM was bragging about, well, we have to wait and see until 2024. If you know just a little bit about Chinese EV, you'll notice that this LS6 is quite different. In the areas where Chinese brands excel, like ADAS and smart cockpits, IM hasn't shown its strengths yet. However, in the traditional fields where European brands shine, such as performance and handling, LS6 has made an impressive mark. With 787 horsepower, 280 kph top speed, 0.237 coefficient drag, 700 km range, and 3.75C charging speed, you won't be afraid or unable to drive fast on highway or even autobahn. Considering this being IM's first global car and its upcoming collaboration with Audi, it might just be the first Chinese EV that is truly suitable for the European market. At first, I was having a hard time figuring out why Audi chose IM and not their representative Chinese EV brand to collaborate. But now, after knowing how dedicated IM is towards high-speed performance and low energy consumption, I think this might turn out to be a visionary decision. And if you live in Deutschland and you want an EV, this car with an Audi badge could be something to look forward to.